Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say Gusso, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. But then it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, a killing eye. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. What beautiful girl? Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time, I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts. Call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Man of Prestige. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Let's make sure the audio works today. All right, awesome. We're good to go. We have a big show today. Yes, a big show. All right, welcome back. I hope you are doing well. I trust you're doing well. Yes, my name is Ola. Like I said, I'm coming to you live from New Jersey. We have a big show today. Of course, we're going to talk about Mohbad, but I have a few other stories. Very few, okay? Because we need time for the Mohbad stuff. You can see that I pinned the call-in link to the top, but please, let's wait till the last end, like maybe the last 30 minutes of the show, okay? All right, how's everybody doing? Shout out to my sponsors, Mo Fresh, Richie, Life with Natu, Adesu, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Gorex Corner, D Love, of course. How you day? I hope you guys are doing well. We're looking for today's sponsor. You can sponsor for as low as 99 cents. Okay. So, but right now, thank you so much. We're up to $77.16. Our goal this month is $200. $77.60. That's up from $65 last time. So, I want to say thank you for that. Hit that like button, share, subscribe as you're coming in. Also, we've written these books for you. Okay, we've written these books for you. This one you can download right now for free at loveandprestige.com. You can see where you want to go for that. Okay, loveandprestige.com. You can download that for free right now as we speak. Now we're launching this in the next 16 days. This one we're actually in pre-launch right now. Will be available for you also for free. Of course, because of the first fleet of copies going out, we want you to purchase so you can leave reviews for us. We're looking for 100 reviews, okay? If you don't mind, please, that would be extremely helpful. All right, that's why we're taking easy on the launch. We don't want to pressurize anybody, but the launch, we need you on that, okay? But if you're really strapped on cash like that, you can download it for free, a PDF version for free at loveandprestige.com, starting on December 30, okay? But it'll be available in audiobook, in Kindle, in paperback. You want to order it as a hardcover, all of that will be available, okay? All right, and if you want to join behind the scenes conversation, feel free to go to lolanola.com/WhatsApp, okay? And last night, oh my God, anyway, but today we have a big show like I told you, so definitely I'm glad to have you here. If you're watching this as a replay or you're watching this live, either way, it doesn't matter, okay? As long as you're making sure you let me know when you're watching replay, let me know in the chat, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications right now so you are notified when I do go live. Actually, you probably notice I don't notify anywhere else anymore because we really want the algorithms to just go to work for us, okay? And that's what we're doing. But shout out to you. I appreciate you. Like I said, we have a big show today. I will be right back.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, killing time. I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. So I don't know if you know this guy. Let me make sure that my words sync with let's see. All right, we're good on that. All right, do you guys know who Damson IDRIS is? Damson IDRIS is an actor. It's a British actor, British/American actor, something like that. Let's see here. British slash. He was the guy that was dating. Well, I don't know if they're still together. I think they said they found them together again recently, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. There's a reason why I'm bringing him up right now. Let me share his picture with you. You guys can see who I'm talking about, right? It just makes sense, right? All right, let me see here. Let's see. All right. I want to share the picture of DAMSON IDRIS. That's his name. I want to share that picture with you really quickly. All right. Hey guys. Okay, this guy right here. He was the one that was dating Lori Harvey until like very, very recently. Apparently they broke up, but who cares? There's nothing new about that when it comes to Lori Harvey, right? Anyway, so yeah, this guy right here. But he was in the news yesterday, and I can see that there's also, all right, there's a post here on Vibe. There you go, on Vibe. So he was on the news about something about black women are being dragged and blah blah and stuff like that. And the first time I saw it, it was actually my brother that was commenting on it, and I felt the need to say something. Good to see you, Covenant Worship. Thank you for that. Yep, Lori Harvey. He was dating Lori Harvey. So, but there was he made a comment that a lot of black men had trouble swallowing it. they didn't like it. They didn't like it at all. But I want to talk about it really quickly, and you know, it's the cap for me. You know, a lot of people are just out here. Sometimes I'm almost convinced that they're not pretending. You know, that they're not exactly pretending. This is just their bias. You know, when the bias takes you on, sometimes you don't know. So what did he say? He said, "I see so much unprovoked hatred towards black women today by predominantly grown black men, especially towards our young stars that are just trying to do their thing. The compulsion to humble these women perhaps makes you feel more like a man. I promise you, you aren't men to us. A new year is approaching. Grow up." I'm like, damn. Okay, so I wonder what his background is. I think we uncovered here a while. I think it might be a Niger boy. Let me just check really quickly. Let me check. We're warming up. We have a good show today. Trust me. Okay, yeah, it's a Niger boy. DAMSON Alade Bo IDRIS. Alade, is it Alade or Alade? He's 32 years old. So yeah, it sounds like this guy is you know, it's part of us Nigerians. Okay, so we're everywhere. It is what it is, right? At this point in time, we need to just get used to it, right? So there's a post here on Shade Room, says social media applauds DAMSON IDRIS for sharing this message about black women, right? On Monday, December 11, the 32-year-old actor took to Instagram story to share a few words. The Snowfall, I've never seen that movie. I haven't seen a movie in a year, so it makes sense. Anyway, so he said what he said, right? And social media reacts. At this time, what prompted Idris' message remains unclear. However, that didn't stop Instagram users from entering the Shade Room comment section to share their support and applause for the actor's words. Now, I have a feeling that this comments will probably be one-sided. Somebody had to say it. A man's job at minimum is to protect women, protect your black women, okay? Somebody said, not one lie told. Sounds like women. How can I make a donation to this important cause? Okay. Somebody said, that's why we love you, Idris. Separate the men from the boys. All right. Somebody also said, about time somebody besides Malcolm X said it. Okay. And somebody says, and the men that do it gonna be mad at this one. He ain't said one lie. Okay. Somebody said, DAMSON don't never say nothing to you. No, it's real. Okay, he never says anything. All right, that's speaking. another language. But translation, he never say anything to anyone. So if he's saying something, it must be real. All right. So I'm going to go to this comment, or actually this one I seen on Linda EKG blog official. Somebody said, I can fight and defend anything, but not black women. Definitely. All right. So the Nigerian men, they enter the chat, the group chat. Not Nigerian men, black men across the board. This is basically how black men, the loudest ones on the internet, this is exactly what he was talking about. This is how they talk on the internet today. Where I'm not gonna pretend that I haven't seen what he's talking about. I'm not gonna pretend that I have not seen black men sit down together and literally drag black women. Okay. Now, if the cause is for a good cause, long term, short term, we can talk about that later, right? But for me to pretend that I've not seen this before, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And yeah, that would be straight up cap.
Stop the cap.
Okay. And if you come and tell me that you've never seen it before, first of all, okay. All right. Some people are not, they don't live on the internet like that. They haven't seen it. But at the very minimum, you should ask, what do you mean? Where are those people that they hang out? Like if you're a man and you've never seen black men on this internet drag black women, right? Yeah, I get it. For a just cause, right? Okay, whatever you say, okay? I don't think so, but I'll give that to you, okay? But at least ask, what do you mean? Show me an example, right? Before you say, you know. And then, you know, somebody said, actually this is family. Person said, it's just weird that I see men calling other men boys. No, it's not weird. There are men, they are overgrown adolescents, what they call them. They exist. Are you kidding me? They exist. They're everywhere, okay? On the internet especially. So I would at least ask, let's say I've been living under a cave and I haven't paid attention to, I haven't seen it, right? Just look out for the ones that will call this man a simp right now. That is an example of an overgrown adolescent, okay? That would be an example right there. And then ask further questions, say, why? Why are you dragging them? And then there might be a conversation to be had. But to pretend that you haven't seen this, or to not be able to at least ask, what do you mean? You need to pay a little bit more attention, okay? All right, because your children, boys, might end up in this circle someday, and you might be like, you know, there's no men out there dragging black women. They are, okay? Now, if we can make a case that there's men dragging women in every group of people, we can make a case for that. But he saw something, okay? And they do exist. This is the statement he made again. I see so much, according to DAMSON, I see so much unprovoked hatred towards black women. Now, to say unprovoked, right? So people that are talking like this, they usually have their reasons why they talk or they're dragging black women. I'm not saying that the reasons are good enough, but they do have their reasons. So I know for a fact, most women are not going to listen to them. The least we can do as men is to listen to them and see where they're coming from, right? So to call it unprovoked is not exactly accurate either. Today, by predominantly grown black men, okay, especially towards our young stars that are just trying to do their thing, the compulsion to humble this woman perhaps makes you feel like more of a man. All right, that's shaming language. But I do think there's some truth to it. Okay, some people they feel better when they drag women. So I'm convinced because I've seen enough of it. Okay, he said you feel more like a man. Maybe I'm shaming right now too. I don't know, but anyway, it's a conversation we're having, right? I promise you, you aren't meant to us. A new year is approaching grown up. Now, if you sit around other men every week, how much more every other day to drag women? If the shoe fits, I beg, wear them and make sure it fits, okay? Wear it, okay? All right? That's why black women prefers white men. Somebody said that, okay? Hold on one second. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. It was a very important call I had to take. I'm so sorry. I appreciate, I never do that. It was that important. All right, good. So, let me see. Marriott says my opinion on this will be too controversial for this channel. There's no opinion too controversial for this channel now. Go for it. Go for it. Let me hear it. I need all of your opinions, by the way. Natu says YouTube know a lot to me. I wonder why. Make sure your bells are turned on and everything. Okay. And again, the regular time, just so you know, the regular time now is Monday through Thursdays, 5 p.m. Monday through Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But welcome, Natu. All right. So, like I was saying, this young man, he has a point. He's saying something. All right. He's not anybody's therapist, so he's not required to say anything. Like I said, some people might consider what he said when he said unprovoked insensitive to certain men's plight, but we're men, and this is our society that we're supposed to be leading. So there's only so much that the structure of this will allow us to cry about this. What we can look at is the lessons here. Is it true? Yes, there's a lot of men, for whatever reasons, they are running around the internet dragging black men, and Nigerian men join pass, just so you know. Okay. Like I said, somebody already said here, I can fight and defend anything but not black women. That's literally, somebody just said that, and that person got 16 likes on Linda AKG blog. Okay. Someone said that's why black women prefers white women. That's not true either, but I get it. Somebody said wait and see black men who would come and call him a simp. Black men, especially Nigerian men, don't like seeing their fellow men adore a woman. It frustrates me. Well, it doesn't frustrate me. It's weird. Any man who is doing this, you're a weirdo. Just so you know, there should be something about you, right? That's just like even if you see a wrong and you see a woman, you want to correct it. Something about you should act like, all right, let me make sure that she feels protected. Okay. And if you feel like that's a simp, you are actually the simp. That's the moral of the story. Okay, someone finally sees what I've been saying. The toxicity is too much. Please leave our women alone. Somebody said the truth is there's no repulsive trait that is generalized. There are good and bad black women and good and black men, and then there are people who are rebellious against a particular sect, probably due to a particular traumatic experience with them. That person is correct, which has to do with the in-person character and not generally everyone in his or a sect. Yes, I agree. So please, the narrative of generalization on character is far-fetched. It's not generalization. I've seen enough of it on this particular media that we all engaged in, so it is what it is. I hope she sees this, bro. See, that's a simp who is talking. Anytime you talk and you say you don't have to move like that like a man, they say, I hope you are getting panties in your back channel. I am. Okay, now let's get back to the story. You're a weirdo if you have an active urge to drag black women on the internet. All right, but yes, we're getting panties in our back channel too. Mission accomplished, but halfway. The second half of it is that you need to get your ish together. All right, there's something about you, like this person just said, that makes you feel the need. It's something you have to deal with. You have to heal, whatever you have to do. All right, because even if there's a real reason that you feel the need to hold people accountable, there are ways to do it. Right, and if you don't care about how it should be done properly, then you are telling on yourself. That means it's personal. Okay. Let's see. Somebody say it's about time that the real men start speaking louder than the sassy phrase ninjas. I have seen some of the worst comments about black women coming from straight black men. They literally get online every day just to argue with women for attention. It's sad. I have seen it. Somebody else says African men or black Western men, and if he's generalizing, it's all of the above. I've seen both. Okay, just black men in general. Okay, now I haven't hung around enough white men to know if they do this. I have a feeling they do. The same type of people that have gone through the same level of trauma, but we're talking about black men now. Okay, what African men experience with their women is different from what black Americans experience. That's not true. There are some cultural differences, but these experiences are equal, not equal, but they're same of the same type across the board. A woman will show you shege if you don't know what you're doing. That's just the reality. If you don't know what you are doing and you engage women, you will collect shege.
Sorry.
It doesn't matter. What's wrong with these people? Always trying to. Yeah.
You doing what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's the same issue. They might speak a different language, a different type of accent, a different type of dialect to convey the same issue. But these people are usually people that have collected shege from women because they didn't know what they were doing. Okay? And then when you had pride on top of that, mismanaged pride and unrealistic expectation, it makes sense to me.
Sorry.
This makes sense. All right, these are the results. And this young man has seen it and it's like, Maria says unprovoked because the people those men are angry at their core are not black women. Well, something is provoking it. That's the point. If we don't have the patience, nobody is acting anyhow. Like there's no smoke without fire, right? Nobody's acting out just because. There's usually a reason. We might not be previewed to see it, to know what it is, but there's usually a reason. It might not be our fault, but there's usually a reason why people move mad in general. All right, so that's Damsey Idris. Okay, I wanted to warm us up with that. Welcome. Do me a favor, as you're coming in, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we do go live. And if you didn't get a notification when we did this, okay, just make sure you're here at 5 p.m. or Eastern Standard Time, New York time, eventually the algorithms will answer to you. Okay, but we're trying to swim with the trend here. Okay, and all right, Chi Alpha, welcome. All right, so let's go ahead on to the next story here, and I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right. Welcome back. Let's talk about this video. I saw this video earlier on TikTok, and I thought it would be. I showed it to my wife. I thought it would be fun, but. OBIM. All right, so I'm gonna ask you this question. All right, we covered the DAMSON story, Chi, but you can catch up later, of course. So is it cheating if? Let's get to it one by one, and then I want to hear your, because most of you in the chat are women, so ladies. So let's hear your take on it, right?
Okay, I got a question. It's gonna be one of those, is it cheating since you did me, okay? You ready? Anyways,
you ready.
number one, is it cheating if a guy asks me for my social media and I give it to him?
All right, let's address that first of all, okay? Is it cheating, ladies, is it cheating if you're in an exclusive relationship, particularly because these two people are in an exclusive relationship, right? Is it cheating if a guy asks you for your social media handles while you're in an exclusive relationship and you give it to him? That's the question. Come on in the chat. Let me hear it. All right. While we're waiting for that, some people are still commenting on this Paula Ifeanyi stuff. I see somebody just commented 3 minutes ago. Ada, come into the live show now. Why are you over there? Ada says, MOP, someone commented that technically the granddaughter does not belong to Ifeanyi's mother. According to Igbo tradition, the baby belongs to her. Here we go. Here we go. Because her daughter is not married, her bride price has not been paid. If they were in Nigeria, the baby would be raised as Ifeanyi's sister, so that she can still get on with her life and marry properly. Ada, why didn't you come into the live show? We can talk about this here. Yeah. These are the sticky points right here. These are the sticky thingy here. Anyway, let's get back to this conversation. Is it cheating if, she said, you're in an exclusive relationship, a man asked for your social handle and you granted it? Is it cheating? Chinye is already saying no. Shengbo. Chinye is already saying no. All right. Everybody else agree with Chinye? Yes? No? Anyway, let me move on to the next one. I'll leave it to everybody that's watching replay later on. Let's go on to the next one. Let's see.
What, you in high school?
I don't know.
The guy said, what, you in high school?
He just asked me. If I was black, this is my Instagram.
Wait a minute. Well, he didn't just ask you. You gave it to him?
No, he asked me and I gave it to him.
Why would you give it to him?
So if he asked and you gave it to him, keep that at the back of your mind. If he asked and you give it to him, is that cheating or not?
Because I'm trying to make some.
I can understand if he asked you. You bad. So I can understand that. He can ask you. But why would you even think to give him your Instagram?
But how's it cheating though?
Because you gave him your socials and he asked for it.
Okay.
He obviously.
So it's called the socials now, not social security number, right away. Social security, social media handle, Instagram, IG, social media handle, right? Is that the same thing as giving a guy your number? Is that not the same thing as giving a guy your number? That's what I should ask. Is that not the same thing? Let's continue.
He wants you.
But if I'm not actually.
No, it ain't got to do nothing with you actually doing nothing. Now, if he finds you, that's one thing. But if you on there and you gave him your stuff, that's easier access.
But
easier access, right? Now, she says, I will understand if it was my cell phone number. What's the difference between cell phone number and social media handles? DM is just the same access as your phone number. What's the difference? It's not the same. That's the same thing, same access, right? Some people check their social media, what do you call it? DMs, they check it more than they check their cell phone. They're active on social media. That's a big fight between couples these days. They're active on social media, but they won't respond to the text message. Have you not seen that before? Right? They're busy looking at people's story on the internet, but they won't respond to text messages. I'm just saying, I'm just shedding some light on something for you. All right. So, again, this man is moving like he's unprovoked right now, but let's keep looking at it. Let's see.
What if I me out on this one?
He said that's cheating. Okay, another one.
Okay. Is it cheating if I have downloaded a dating app on my phone, but I'm not swiping and I ain't looking at no messages?
All right. So is it cheating? You're in an exclusive relationship. You downloaded a dating app. You're not swiping. You're not swiping and you're not checking your DMs. I have a question, but I don't want to pollute your mind. Okay. But is it cheating? Is it cheating? Tell me. Ladies, this is for you in particular. Is this cheating or not? Men might commit these atrocities, but they're very clear it's cheating. Women, not so much. Okay? Not so much. Okay? You can find a woman on top of Bula and she will still be asking you if it's cheating or not. She might even say, let me think. She might not even ask if it's cheating. She might say, you made me do it. You made me do it. What did you do to her too? Let me see. Who is talking? All right. Not to say yes. Are you saying what you need dating app for? Options? Okay, let's go back to the first question. Why are you sharing your social media handles with somebody who is clearly interested in you in a romantic way? It's the same question, essentially. All right. All right. Chinye says, it's not to me. Someone who have access to my Facebook asked for my number and I said no. Facebook is enough. Enough for what? Access, right? Calling on the phone for me is a whole nother level, right? For you, right? But a lot of women these days, they not women, everyone in general, they rather answer the DMs before they answer a phone call. Okay, that's the reality that we're in right now for a lot of people. Some of the young men in my church were telling me last Saturday, that some people actually have their phone on do not disturb now. It's a normal thing. So even if you call, like, you might not get access, but they will see their DMs. Not only their DMs, they will see your story on your own page. They will come and see your stories. On WhatsApp, they will see your stories. Yes, that's where we are right now. That's why these questions are coming up. These questions are not unprovoked. Yes, DM before phone call. They have their notifications on. You dey whine? You don't know this, Chinye? Or you don't know?
You doing what?
We live in a different world now. These are the issues. Let's continue.
I just got it on my phone. It's just there.
It's just there. She got it on her phone. The dating app. She's not checking DMs and she's not swiping. It's just there.
Is that cheating?
I know I ain't supposed to do this, but I'm gonna answer that with a question. Is it cheating if I go in a strip club with my eyes closed, not throwing no money, and I'm just there?
You gotta have your eyes.
That's a good question.
Just in the presence. No, I'm just there.
Is it cheating if he goes into a strip club, eyes closed, not throwing money, doing nothing?
I'm Stevie Wonder.
Ain't no naked people on this app.
None.
That's different.
I don't know if it's naked people on there.
No, that's different. I'm not actually
it's
in the physical
people.
same
it's
physical
thirsty
location.
people on there.
But we're
it's
not
thirsty
in the same,
people on there. Why you gotta date?
I'm not in the
It's thirsty people on there. It's thirsty people in strip club. It's thirsty people on dating app now. Tia say I'm serious. Okay, I hear you. D-Love, welcome. Why the hell will she have a dating app? The same reason why you give your socials. Nothing, just nothing. The same reason you're not checking DMs, nothing, right? The same reason why you give your socials to a guy who is clearly interested in you, right? Let's continue.
Same physical
Why
location.
would you have a date now?
I'm in the confines of my home. I'm not
I
like
don't care if it's
I'm not
confines.
there.
It's cheating. Simple as that. It's cheating.
Is it cheating if a guy compliments me like on some, "Ooh, you bad, shawty," and I do a little, "Oh, you're so sweet," and then
All right, did you get that? Let me do translation. Some of you probably heard her, but she said, "Is it cheating if some guy is on? You look good, right?" She said, "You bad, shorty, right? You look good," and she's like, "Oh, you're so sweet." Is that cheating? Ladies, do you think that's cheating before this guy answers? Because we kind of already know what answers he's going to give already. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications as you're coming in. We have a big show today, I promise, okay? We do have a big show today, all right? Is that cheating? What y'all think? Is that cheating? If a guy comes to you and say you look good, and you said, "Oh, you're so sweet," on a text message, so you're not saying in front of your boyfriend or your exclusive person, right? But is it cheating? That silence right there. That silence right there is giving. And then you say, "Oh, you're so sweet," on text message. Is it cheating? I'll tell you what I'm going with this already in a second. Okay, so you guys are not silent. It must be a delay of some sort. Okay, let's see. All right, good. Saying thanks to a compliment as long as you're not inappropriate is not cheating. Ha! Chinye. Bobby. D-Law says flirting in a relationship is cheating. You must only have eye for me, damn it. There we go. Somebody's like, no. I'm logical. That's, She said, which silence? There was silence for a second. There's a delay. There's a, there's I think they call it latency between us, right? So I was waiting for a second there. But, is it cheating? Is it not cheating? Do you see the smile on her face? Look at the smile on her face. You see that guy in the back? See that guy? Blow up your phone and see that guy all the way in the back, right? Does it look like someone that's playing to you? It's not playing. Okay, right? Now, let me see if there's one last one here. T-Love, welcome. What did Oberyn do? Nothing. They didn't do anything. I'm just saying. Let's play the rest of it.
to keep going.
What you blushing for?
What you blushing for? What are you blushing for?
But like I didn't really entertain him. Like I did.
No.
Sweet and kept going.
No. What are you blushing for? You know, you're not nothing.
Look by learning.
He's nothing.
But that's a compliment. It's nice.
No, I want you to act awkward.
You need to act awkward if somebody gives you a compliment. You need to be awkward. Okay, that's what you need to do. Okay. But let's talk about the phone for a second. Hold on.
And I want you to blow up like he done something to you.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Oh.
Like that's what you need to. That's how you need to react.
My voice ain't that deep.
Well, you need to do something other than
that
ain't working here.
So I can't think of.
Man, what's the next one? Yes, it's cheating. What's the next one?
Is it cheating if I like another man's thirst trap? Like they shirtless and.
Is it cheating if you like another man's thirst trap? Okay, there's a lot of men that are guilty of this, but
next one. Yes, it's cheating. What's the next one?
Is it cheating if I like another man's thirst trap? Like they shirtless and got like a little V going on in the photo. If I like that, is that cheating?
First off, if you gotta ask me, yes, it's cheating. Second off,
first of all, if you gotta ask me, it's cheating. Okay, right there. If you have to ask, it's cheating. All right. Because clearly your man is not okay with it.
Why in the world would you like a thirst trap? Second off, why would you like one of a V? I don't even have a V.
I mean,
That's basically saying you want something.
This guy is getting pissed off. He's waving hands. I don't know what's about to go down.
That you ain't got.
All right. Okay, he's waving something that you ain't got. Now, I'll say this. It's something to consider, right? It's something to consider is that if how do I say this? So something to consider. If it's like a text message, if he's seeing that, if he's seeing you saying, "Oh, you're so sweet," after somebody gave you a compliment for a text message, it's probably a bad idea because that's gonna look like cheating. And if it looks like cheating, I hope to God that you know what you're doing because you'll be shalaye for a long time. No evidence.
You go explain because no evidence.
You know, but I think the point of it is that just be mindful. So a lot of time people don't women have a hard time with accountability when it comes to romantic relationships. All right, and I'm generalizing. I'm very aware of that. Women have a hard time with accountability when it comes to romantic relationships. It's not really a big deal for me because I think it's the truth for the most part. But a lot of men are starting to have serious issues with that. Okay, and it's some of these men are they're not strong enough to deal with that. Like if clearly this is like a wrong and you're calling it, you know. But that was a quick exercise I wanted to do. The first one, all right. The first one, what was the first one? Let me see if I can find it.
This is my Instagram.
Yeah, the social media thing. If it's something that's clear, like I think a lot of women can be oblivious to somebody who is showing interest in you. Sometimes they are close people, you know, and you don't really realize that this person is already inappropriate. You just have to be careful with that kind of stuff. But I would say if it's just people are moving about, it's not really a big deal. Text messages is where these things are causing issues these days. Okay, harmless text message, it wasn't meant to be anything, but yet there's a screenshot that's now spreading around town and your reputation is on the line. Okay, anyway, all of it, if you have to ask these questions, your issues are deeper. I don't think these are real issues in real life relationships that are healthy anyway, you know. But let's see, D-Love says, I agree with the guy, you better act like you're pissed. Lovato. Chia says, I'm confused, D-Love. So we're not allowed to say thanks when men give us a compliment? You could say thanks, but what's the kiki? You missing the point here. Kiki, you say like, why are you blushing? That like, she's smiling because she knows what she's looking to cause trouble. All right, but some people are going through this for real, you know. But it's not that deep. Men who are not used to dating attractive women have a problem with compliments. Wahala. Let's just leave that at that. Anyway, what are your thoughts about this? Let me know. Let's get on to the next story here. I'll be right back.
Beautiful girl,
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, so how many of you saw this last night? How many of you saw this last night? Anybody saw this last night? I've been seeing this young lady. She's 37 years old. I've been seeing her float around the internet for a minute. I haven't really paid attention. I think I've seen a couple of red arrays. I'm like, I'm not about to engage this. I don't got time for this, you know. But somehow, hardly initiated the podcast, Ryan and Tyshawn, they decided that it's time to chase additional clout. And they had this young lady on the show. Who is she? She's PRINCELLA, something like that. PRINCELLA, she's the queen maker. Why are we talking about her? Because apparently she's trying to save a lot of women. Apparently she's been saving a lot of women from the traumas that women have had to face for centuries. Now, this woman is very smart. I'm not going to take that away from her. Very, very smart. But smart is not. It's not necessarily. It's not always a good thing. Okay. Some people are they get too smart. They get way too smart. See, that's the thing about humility and pride. You know, God will humble every single one of us at the end of the day. No matter how much we know when it comes to books, right? God eventually will humble all of us, right? Because every one of us, we have a blind spot. I say that all the time. We have a blind spot. You can only see so far. You can only see maybe 180 degree at any point in time. Like this. If you're if you move around, you might see a little bit more. If you move around, you see a little bit more. But ultimately, when you're looking for like this, you can still see stuff going on the side, but you can't see the back of your head. Okay, maybe you can see 270 degree if you're really that good. You can feel 280 degree, but you can never see 360 degrees. There's always some kind of blind spot. And that's the problem with a lot of smart people. In fact, on the next topic, which is our main topic, the Mubad topic, you're going to see that also showcased in this topic. So this young lady is smart, very intelligent. That has nothing to do with nothing. But when people are too intelligent and they're not even able to calm down and see other people's perspectives, that's trouble. And they're probably going to mislead a lot of people. Okay? Why? Because they're smart. So naturally, people follow them, right? And but they're probably going to end up misleading a lot of people. But let me play a little bit of this. Her name is PRINCELLA. Let me see if there's a bio out there for her. Let me see, maybe just to make sure I do proper justice, you know. But I was on a stage some weeks ago with one of my boys, Glory, and he was like, "Oh, this lady is selling some books." I forgot what the name of the book was. I don't remember what the name of the book was, but you know. But the title was quite triggering. Let me see if I can find something here, just so you guys can know who we're talking about, right? Queen Maker books. Okay. Let's see. Right. Her name is PRINCELLA, the Queen Maker. Okay. And about to see. I think I might be able to get the title of the book really quick right now. All right, so she has a book called The Game, 41 Shades of Man, The 5 Components of Love. But there's another book in particular that my buddy was telling me about. I can't see that book here. Apparently it's a newest book or something. Anyway, this doesn't look good for me. And feel free to say I'm insecure. That's fine. But let's talk about it. I'm going to play this video for you and then we'll take it from there. Let's see. Where is it? There you go. Found it.
But here's the thing. I'm getting specific with you because I could tell you about the time a guy pulled a gun on me. All right.
So at this point, she had been talking for so long. She just came off very, very toxic. Now, the men were caught up in their feelings. And that's a normal behavior. That's normal human behavior. Okay. They were caught up in their feelings because they were hearing things that were triggering them. Okay. There's a lot of castigate the man rhetoric in what she was saying, but she was backing them up with astrology, science, physics, and all this crazy stuff. Honestly, if you're talking to me with all this kind of stuff, you will lose me in 30 seconds. My attention span is extremely bad, right? I'm always looking for the next best thing. Like, that's actually a bad side of myself. Right? So but she was going and she was doing most of the talking. This is about 2 hours, 20 minutes into the live stream right now. But a lot of the rhetoric were just basically men are useless. Women don't need men. Okay? Men are useless. Women don't need men. Women are quote unquote 360 degrees, something like that. And men can only see 180 degree. Now, when you start to think about it deeply, like, because men logic, black and white, but women can, so there's some sense to that. Now, a lot of the factual stuff she's talking about, there's a lot of sense to it. It's an application that there are problems as usual. Okay, this person is just Kevin Samuel to this third to 10,000 power. on the other side of the gender. That's all that is, okay? And I hate to put Kevin Samuels in that. Somebody's going to take that personally. Now your walla be that, okay? But let's use maybe like Andrew Tate, okay? When it was toxic, not when it's trying to fix its narrative right now, okay? Let me see if I can find another example. Anyway, you get the gist. It's gender war, basically. It's violent. She wants violence. She doesn't want peace, okay? But she doesn't say that exactly, because she's very articulate and she's very, very good at what she was doing. So at some point, the men got to a point and they were like, you know what happened to you? Who hurt you? Just like the men, when you ask them who hurt you, they take it personally to say, why is it gotta be somebody hurt me, blah, blah, blah. She did exactly the same thing, because it's essentially the same thing. It's just two different genders, okay? When you're coming from a place of brokenness, being like broken, like traumatic experiences, especially if it goes as far back as your childhood. Yeah, Cap, we can tell, okay? We can smell it, okay? As human beings, the way I always say is that we are spirits. We have incredible radar for bullshit. We can smell it. Yeah. Even when you're smart, no matter how smart you are, no matter how intelligent you are, as long as you're a human being, including myself, we can tell. Okay? You're coming from a place of personal experience, particularly a painful experience oftentimes. If you're coming off as like, is that or not, right? That you're basically trying to create a false solution that it might work for you, it's probably not going to work for the general public. But let's play it a little bit.
It like that. But the whole thing was to try to control me, my mind, for whatever he wanted. And it was like, okay, so you ain't nothing but a little meal piece, a little chess piece that I'm moving around.
And was he your first bad experience with?
Let me go back a little bit, because they asked her a specific question to tell us about her bad experiences. She she didn't want to, but they managed to get her to talk.
At the company, you're gonna have to pay me millions. And I'm like, what? We ain't made no money. Now I'm 19, 20 years old at this time. Now keep in mind, I just came out of Christianity, okay? Because I denounced Christianity on my own, because I was raised Baptist or whatever. So anyway, this happens.
Did y'all have
Wait, that's not the red flag. The fact that she denounced Christianity is not the red flag. And I understand if that's a red flag for some of you, but that's not the red flag, okay? There are enough people that have denounced religion, okay? And we're seeing more and more of it every day. I don't know if you're paying attention. So that's not the actual red flag yet, but it tends to also align with certain rhetoric sometimes. So
intimate relationship?
No, he was really just a mentor to me. Okay. So it wasn't nothing sexual there at all. But anyway, so this happens and I'm just like, well, forget it. Then I threw all of those CDs away, because I'm the type of person, I'm just gonna disconnect. I'm not even finna go through all of that. So anyway, we separated like that. But the whole thing was to try to control me, my mind, for whatever he wanted. And it was like, okay, so you ain't nothing but a little meal piece, a little chess piece that I'm moving around.
And was he your first bad experience with a man?
I won't even say bad experience.
All right, this is the part where she's in denial. They managed to get her to talk a little bit more about her bad experiences, but she's still saying she's still in denial. I wouldn't even say that is such a bad experience. I do that sometimes. Let me be honest with you, right? When you are a little bit more conscious than an average person, right? The consciousness thing, right? The woke thing. That's why I push hard against it, because I know that I could come off as woke. And I'm like, no, stay right here. Just hang out with human beings for a second. Do you have to, like, Jesus Christ, like, just keep it normal for a second, right? So that's why you might see me push against it. So it's coming from personal. Again, as usual, right? So she's still in denial, even though she's already telling us.
This is the first experience of me having a direct insight on the male. So
no, it was a bad experience with the male. It was a bad experience with the male human being. At 19, 20 years old, you're 37 years of age now. Keep watching.
So when you said this is the first experience with direct insight on the male, I'm assuming that means you didn't have a father figure to give you some of that insight prior to being 16.
Yeah, my father was there. Yeah,
No, that's a lie. Your father was not there. We could tell already. Okay, there's a small chance we could be wrong. Those chances do exist. But your father was not there. Okay. Chia said we can just keep it simple and say thank you. Oh, you're still on that. Don't argue about this issue now. Let's leave that to replay. Okay. Only God knows the mess in that book. I don't appreciate how she was putting men down. When they said no one hurt them, it's all the way cap. Our experiences mold us precisely. That's all of us, right? Exactly.
He had just got out of the military, so he was there. He already knew. People in the community knew this guy, right?
So I mean, but you said this guy was the first time you got from another male that's not your father.
Well, if you want to talk about my father, my father was an alcoholic, and he actually.
Oh, he was an alcoholic, but what? But what?
Actually broke my mother's.
This girl is a very intelligent. This is the I've seen a couple of clips around the internet. This is actually the first time I will see her be a little nervous in talking about this. She's usually very stoic. She's part of the right now. She said in the last year she's become a part of the alphabet community, the LGBTQ, right? And she's typically like very confident. But this that she's talking about right now, if you look, I don't know, I'm not really a body mind reader, but it looks to me that she is now getting nervous at this point. Because keep in mind, I watched a lot of it. And this is about 2 hours, 21 minutes into this conversation.
Knows with a telephone receiver.
I got you. Okay. So your experiences with negative experiences with men started very early.
Very early. All right.
Okay.
All right. So, but what we're not gonna do is try to make it seem like that's
no. I don't want to do that.
That's precisely what it is. They were just being respectful to their guests. That's precise. What we're gonna do is see it as what it is. Okay. You're leading a pack of women who were in the chat. Coming off extremely hateful to men. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can see some of them here right now. There's one particular girl that just kept going, and she tried to call into the show to derail the show, but they managed to stop her. Okay, let me keep playing like this.
Yeah, I just think that's context.
I want to give context, but I need to get through.
I always ask that question when people start to go in and they start talking about how terrible the other gender is. It doesn't matter. There's people on both sides that do this, right? I said, give us some context. He said, well, it's the internet. Why do you need my context? Why do you need me to tell me about like? But I need context. Just because you are speaking physics and chemistry and biology, it does not mean you're correct. There's too many moving variables to the human experience, right? That's why extremely intelligent people in this conversation tend to fall in the what. Precisely. That's why. I'm looking through this comment. It looks like somebody is already blocked. Because she was going in. She's blocked. I don't see her comments. Her name was B. Taylor. She's blocked off of this platform already now. Because she was going in. You know how you come back to a replay and you don't see that person's text anymore? Now, I know of her because I've seen her with the Manosphere people already. That's how I know of her. Okay. But let's keep going.
More of them, right? So that you can see the consistent thing. Because here's the thing. If I put 100 marbles up here or M&Ms up here, and I made 98 of them blue, and I made 2 of them yellow, and then I mixed them up, what's the likelihood that you're going to pull out a yellow one? Let's say the yellow ones are the good ones.
2%.
Right, 2%.
Well, no. That depends on what.
That depends, Ryan.
Tool you using, right? And how you and what the strategy is for.
It depends on the tool that you're using.
Where you go about grabbing.
Shout out to Tim Ross. I know how you feel about Tim Ross right now. He handled himself very well last night. He did a good job as far as I'm concerned. Because honestly, you don't argue with this kind of human beings. the best you can do is listen carefully, because they're very clever too, right? So you can't just you can't do like that with them. You have to let them go, because they will usually tell on themselves. It's a matter of time.
Get up in the bag, and you just because
if you randomly draw, that's all I'm saying. If you're using your eyes, it could be different.
It depends. The point is that no, we can't use such lame examples with human beings, because your circle is only a certain type of people in your circle. Because of you tend to attract a certain type of people in your circle. So no, it's not a matter of what are the chances that you're gonna pick 2 yellow if all of them no, that's a very lame analogy.
Let's get to the point now. Okay.
You sift.
Right,
okay.
Hold on, because y'all asked me a question. Okay. Because I don't really talk about.
They also tend to talk forever when you ask them a question. They never get to anywhere. Oh, that irks me. It's one of the reasons why I don't like panels. Okay. Somebody just hog up the mic and you're talking like it's TED Talk. I can't. I've been on panels before. Some of you have seen me on panels before. For the most part, I just be quiet. I'd rather just listen than to compete with the mic for you, because I'm not getting paid. If I'm getting paid, I'll know that that's the position. In fact, I will take that mic from you and smack on your head. But I'm not getting paid. Just come and argue with something you already made up your mind. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not who I am.
About my personal experiences, unless somebody asks me.
I'm not, and just so you understand, I'm not using your personal experiences to say what you're saying is not justified, because a lot of what people been through allows them to go into deep research and to study and actually become credible in certain spaces. So I'm not saying that's discrediting you, but I think that's just important for the audience just to get context from the message in general. You have a story,
right? And what I'm saying is I want to tell the story. So just let me tell it. All right. So that's 1 and 2, right? Okay. So during the CD period.
What about the intimate relationships?
Oh my God!
The intimate relationship? What happened to you?
Are you gonna let me talk?
No. I promise you, you've had about 75% of the talk time. PRINCELLA, we letting you talk.
I know, but
listen to this part. This is 2 hours 20 minutes in. In my estimation, she did about 87.888% of the talking. She was supposed to be here to debate Tim Ross. She literally took over the conversation. Listen to what she just said.
Right, and what I'm saying is I want to tell the story. So just let me tell it.
She's about
to. That's 1 and 2, right?
Okay.
So during the CD period.
What about the intimate relationships?
Oh my God! Are you gonna let me talk? No, seriously.
I promise you, you've had about 75% of the talk time. PRINCELLA, we letting you talk.
I know,
I promise you, we letting you talk.
I know, but
not 75%, 87.888% of the time.
Y'all asking me questions that y'all ain't letting me answer.
She was one half of the guest. It was supposed to be a debate.
Answer. So he specifically.
I just want you to give us the Cliff Note version on not the.
I'm not like Jesus Christ. Do you have to talk forever?
Shorten you
because y'all looking for a specific answer when I get.
No, we already got it. It's just a show. They already got it. You had some traumatic experiences, so now you're making them into theory, and there are more than enough women that have gone through some traumatic experiences that might even take it to another level for you. So maybe you don't mean to hate men. There are more than enough men that will follow them and help you hate men. All right, and the problem with that is that when they did a poll on this show last night, 69% of the poll said women, mostly women on their platform, said she's not speaking for us. There you have it.
Give you the answer. Then it's like, okay, so y'all not asking specific questions, but here's the thing. I'm getting specific with you because I could tell you about the time a guy pulled a gun on me. All right. I mean, I can tell you about the time that a guy nearly flipped me over being drunk. Okay. I can tell you about the guy who took $40,000 from me, right? Running a Nation of Islam hustle on me. I mean, if you want me to get there, let me talk and I'll get you there.
There you go.
No,
go ahead.
But just let me talk. All right. Because there is a reason why women experience what they experience.
No. It's not about women. It's about you. It's about you. Gentlemen, it's not about men. Men have been suffering. No, it's about you. You cannot help anyone else if you don't help yourself first. In fact, if anything, you're going to mislead a bunch of men, you're going to mislead a bunch of women. If you're always coming from this angle, it's not your determination. We get to determine that. If it sounds like it's gender war to the rest of us, not you, you're disqualified. If it sounds to the rest of us that this is a gender war, right? You can't help anyone else. You need to help yourself first, because clearly you're struggling helping yourself. And that's gonna sound like we're not listening to all the scientific physics and chemistry evidence you brought to the table. As far as we are concerned, Auntie, you go shalaye tired because we're disconnected. We're lost.
You go explain because no evidence.
This session was so draining. By the time I finished watching the video, I was drained. Right? If I was drained, the women that she claims to be leading, do you think they're now, they're happy? No, they're not. That's why they're always in this argument. It's stressful. And in that same breath, you don't want to agree that we're talking about romantic relationships. No, we're talking about you and your capabilities with romantic relationship. That's not necessarily your fault. But we cannot make it about everybody else except you. Because we're human beings. We're not M&Ms. We're not yellow M&Ms. Jesus Christ.
It's the false belief about who men are that have women selecting men. You got women selecting men based on
She tried to make it about women.
His job. You have women
only using those specific criteria, one, or using just only those two. Yeah, it's faulty.
But
you
here's the
should
thing.
consider a lot more when you decide to be with somebody.
You need more samples. You need to, not you experiencing it yourself, but talk to other people that might have a different experience.
The reason why I have what I call the 41 shades of men, all right? I learned those 41 shades by being around men, right? I worked in male-dominated industries. I spent 8 years in the military, mostly around men, because I was a tomboy. And let me tell you something. Men let me in to their mind, okay? So the men that I worked with, oh man, they were all married. I'm one of the only women that they talk to like I'm one of them. So I'm in a circle where it's like 8 men and I'm the only woman in there. My manager is basically, Dale Carnegie believe that they're good, right?
Watch this.
On pay.
So all the good books in the world are written for men. That's what she thinks. And women don't need those books. I was like, okay, sure. That's an opinion. That's fine.
Page 4, chapter 1, that most men believe that they're good, right? Let even the hardest criminal tell it that none of them are bad men. So when men try to speak and say, oh, that's just that male, they basically...
Well, that's the reality across the board. If somebody comes to me and says all women are so, I tell them the same thing. That's just that person. And that was about you. You attracted that person. Let's talk about you. Oh, well, what about this other time? Well, that's still you attracting that other person. What about this other one? That is still you attracting. What about this other example? Like, Baba, you just told me 20 people at most. My attention span is not that long. Usually you've told me maybe 4 or 5. I need to see on paper, maybe you've done some kind of studies or something like that. Right?
Try to isolate women and make it seem like you only know bad men. It's like no male.
No, they're not isolating women. They're isolating you and your experience. You see how she kept saying women when she's actually talking about her as a woman.
Knows another bad male.
See how I'm pausing right now? I couldn't be having a conversation with her and be pausing her. I couldn't, right? I would have to listen to everything too. My overall assessment would still be this.
Did you know that you can invest your money into other...
I'm gonna push it forward right now because I want to go on to the main story. She's saying the same thing. Okay. All our followers were in the chat calling these two gentlemen crybaby. I felt for them. They were drained.
Or evils or whatever you want to call it. But I'm not going to sit here and just listen to a bunch of things that men have done wrong and think that's the best way that you want to communicate to men and women.
No, I don't think women should be trying to help men be better men. Men are responsible for being better themselves. So here's the thing, men can believe and do whatever they want. And I'm telling women that they don't have to participate in that, because who I care more about, because life is more important. And the nurturer and the sustainer of life is not the one.
I get your concerns, especially personally. It's just in your life when it comes to bringing men into your life. So you pulled out altogether. Now, making the major decision to date women, have you found that to be a much more successful model as far as to be able to have peace?
She's just like women. That's it.
Free of issues and so on and so forth.
Okay, it's not that simple. But she likes women.
Before you answer that.
Yeah.
All right. This is how I'm going to round up this session.
First of all, just thank you for the gift of your vulnerability. Because you could have kept it at the statistics and you didn't have to bring your own personal situations into it and the experience that you had. But as I sit across from you, I'm very heartbroken.
I appreciate it.
I'm heartbroken. From your father to your mentor to whoever put the gun on you. I just kind of need a minute because you didn't deserve that. And that wasn't supposed to happen to you. And I know you've probably moved on and
all right. So you could see here, somebody said, oh my God, I can tell this is fake. All right, let me keep playing.
Maybe you've integrated it and done some therapy, but as a 180-degree man sitting across from you,
that's how you know you're toxic, by the way. You become a police. Like even when somebody is giving you a hand, right? You ask, why are you giving me a hand? They give you a bottle of water because they see you sweating profusely like you're freaking in the middle of the desert in Afghanistan. And you're like, why are you giving me water? Right? That's how you know. That is all toxic. Right?
Makes me very angry. And it breaks my heart that you had to experience that. And I am pissed.
They said it's fake. They're saying it's fake. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. You're on a show. You came to a show. They managed to get you to tell your story. It was a sad story. It's a sad story for one particular human being who has a series of men who have taken advantage of her. Who cares if it's fake? Was the story fake? Was it all a lie? Who cares? It's a sad story regardless, nonetheless. But that's how you know that conversation will never get anywhere. The reason why I'm covering this is very simple. These are the things you want to watch out for. Okay? We're human beings. That's all I'm saying. We're human beings, okay? We're emotional beings, we're social beings, okay? Anything that gets you into a space where you're trying to disassociate yourself, isolate yourself from the rest of the world, there's nothing healthy about that. And when we say healthy, we're talking about with respect to the rest of the human race, right? So it's not right or wrong. In other words, you being a social person, you will nothing will ever be enough for you. No one is going to be able to satisfy you. That's why someone like me would not personally engage that conversation. I will send you to a therapy, to therapists, people that are licensed clinicians that can help you, right? And they get paid, and the government have certain budgets in place to handle that. Me personally, I won't, because I don't think I have the solution. I don't think there's a solution. If we're talking about centuries upon centuries of men and we're just going to generalize, there's no solution. There's no need for the conversation. I wouldn't want to engage her to convince her. I don't want to convince her. If I engage her, I'll be willing to learn more about, I'll be psychoanalyzing her. I'll be wondering what is going on inside her mind. That's what I'll be doing all along. I wouldn't be trying to change her mind. That's the last thing I'll be trying to do. You know. But that was weird. Go watch it. Go support Hardly Initiated. Go watch it. By the time you finish watching it, I don't care if you support her or you're against her, you'll be drained. Guaranteed. All right. Those women in the chat was doing the most. I'm done with that story right now. Oh, the chick that called in that was dating women, right? Yeah. She was dating women. She just started yesterday because somehow this lady managed to convince her. Go figure. I can't take you seriously. Right? It's, if anything, cruise. Okay? Since you're happy, you're smiling, and you don't want anybody to cry for you, I will just be hanging out with you, and we'll do the same thing. Like, oh, that's what you choose. This is a good moment to say, do you? Right? The world don't spoil. What did men do to her now? Did they take her girlfriend? It's a female case, Marriott. Why are you like this? She had a whole lot of negative male experiences, yes, and kept attracting the same type of horrible men before she started dating women. Yeah, and we don't want to judge her, but we have to call that what it is, especially if you're trying to lead other women. I think, like I said to Chinye last night in the chat, I think she would do a good job saving women that are maybe going through traumatic experience like that may be stuck in DV or something like that. She might be able to help them, but to help them attract love, no. She can't help them, because that doesn't exist in what she's talking about. It's all cerebral, all mathematical and scientific, but human beings don't operate like that. The reason why mathematics exists is because we go study it, but we want to soft life, you know. We don't want to be thinking about that all the time, you know. Yeah, people who has asking Tim Ross to take a flight and fly back to Houston. Exactly, I took that poll. Yeah, you did? Sounds like intense therapy with the psychiatrics is needed. Yes. That situation right there is clinical, and there's a good chance they cannot solve it. They can manage it for the rest of our life. They can't solve it. Okay? And that goes for anybody who is attracted to her message. There was one particular lady who kept saying, oh, you know, I'm married to a person in the household. I'm just one of the lucky ones. I was like, no. Stop the cap. You're struggling too. If you can relate with her.
Stop the cap.
You're struggling. Okay? We're human beings. We can relate only because it's personal to some level. It might be secondhand sometimes, but it's close. It's close. You know? Myra said, what is this Tyler Perry production? This man is patronizing her. That tone is annoying and fake. It wasn't fake. It wasn't fake. And like I said, that's just my belief. That's my opinion. I don't think it matters if it was fake. She just told an extremely sad story. What does it matter? Why is it that it became matter? I said became matter. Why is it that it matters now that it's fake? That story was sad. Go watch it. If anybody's daughter go through that, that's sad. Period, point blank. We don't care if somebody was kind, it's fake. It doesn't matter. You know? And if it matters, there's a reason why it matters, is what I'm saying. Why is it that it matters? What should matter more is that sad story that is making this woman run around the internet and teach women that they don't need men. Do you need another human being? No, you don't. As a matter of fact, I think that's toxic if you're running around the internet talking about you don't need another. But if you're teaching a group of women that they don't need men, right? And we can see them toxic in the chat, we gotta look at that as what it like not shading or anything. Just see that for what it is. Like, okay, there's a group, there's a pattern here. This is telling us something, you know. So I don't think it matters. Let's call it fake. It doesn't matter. What should matter if it's true, if it's a true story, what should have mattered is that story. Right? But I'm guessing the story doesn't matter as much anymore. Let's just go out there, and there's enough of these people. Let me say it like this to you. There are men starting to do that too, by the way. They say, They said buy all baby boys, all black babies. Have you not heard that before? They said buy, like, destroy them because they're useless. Now, if you're a normal human being, and I say normal, as in like most human beings, right? Like, why? Why should we do that, right? But if you've been through certain experiences, you might just be like, yes, that's what we need to do. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. Not to say this is the problem with people, they don't see past their myopic brain. How is this fake? Because this is why. I'll show you why it's fake. Okay, this is what it becomes. It's patronizing. She has real trauma and he's fake crying. Not cool. I don't know how we could tell that he's fake crying, but I don't think it matters. Like I said, I personally wouldn't cry like that because I know what I know here, right? This is what I play by. These are rules I play by. Remember, I'm the guy who says apology is more destructive, right? Because of this type of scenarios. And Tim clearly does not know that with all of his studies. I wouldn't cry to people I don't know. I wouldn't do that personally, okay? But I don't think it matters because the story was supposed to be sad, okay? As a matter of fact, you should shame me. If I was the guy that was sitting out there and I wasn't concerned, I was all, remember, I was even dragged one time like that. Well, slightly, not dragged, like it wasn't that deep, but on Antipeace platform, right? Because Ola, you should be more empathetic. No, I see things that I'm like this chick. I see things for what they are, but I'm also aware that human beings are what they are. They show affection, they show emotions, and they show, right? And I'm actually very aware that I'm not the norm when it comes to stuff like that. So I actually have to put in extra effort to show empathy sometimes, but I think it can be overdone. I think that is a possibility, but I'm more concerned about why is she in that space where, because they asked her later on and they said, do you think that was fake? And she said, well, we don't know each other like that. So, well, that's just me. I do that on my show. Sometimes it just affects me. He said that, right? But again, why does that matter? Why would that matter? You know? But these are the issues. We're talking about love, romance, relationships, a good experience, not mathematics. Yes, all of that has mathematics in it. But we're talking about the actual experience as a human being when you're experiencing it. You're not thinking about math. You're not calculative when you're thinking about it. Just having the experience. Okay? Number 3, police. The moralizer. I don't think I've reviewed this enough in recent times. Okay? Number 3, right? In the poisons. Blame, fault, judgment, condemnation. Right? These are the traits that we're talking about right now. What we talk about here is seduction and attraction, which is applicable in everything in life, including when you're looking for power, including when you're trying to engage your power, including when you're trying to win in life, which means amongst other human beings, you're not trying to live in a cave, right? When you're so stuck in your personal situation and it's about castigating and pointing out who is right and wrong, and you're concerned, you're overly obsessed with fairness and judgment and justification, it's not your fault, whatever it is, I don't know, but I'm telling you the reality is that it's going to be very, very hard for you to attract love or to make people feel comfortable around you or to make them feel like they want to be around you. The people that will want to be around you would typically be misery loves company. Like they have the same traumatic experience. So of course it's soothing to them. They start to feel like, oh, I wasn't crazy all along. That makes sense too, right? But I'm talking about normal people that haven't really seen what you've seen. They will have a hard time with that, right? And if you go into anything romantic with anybody you're doing misery loves company, it's basketballs that will finish it. That's just how it works. Okay? And initially, it's soothing, short-term solution, but long-term, human beings are not set up like that, you know? So that's what that is. Let's see. D-Love says, MOP, the story matters. However, the way he was just patronizing her and side-shading her did not sit well with me. I think she watched the whole show. If you talk about the side shady thing, or she's the queen of that, literally. Okay. If someone is truly traumatized, why are you patronizing her? I don't know, but it was gross. Yeah, you need the full context. D-Love, I trust you. When you see the full context, it makes sense. It makes sense to you. It's 2 hours into that show. It was like pulling teeth to get her to give us some context. All she was doing is basically, men are useless. She didn't say it directly. She was doing precisely what you said here. She was doing a lot of patronizing, a lot of side shading men, right? And she had 3 men sitting there. It took everything. They were triggered. It took everything to engage in that civil conversation with her. And so finally, about 2 hours, 20 minutes into the conversation, they managed to get her to tell us where all of this is coming from. After she took about 10 minutes to tell us the most traumatic, you listening, you felt a level of trauma, not the same as hers, out of respect, but you felt like, Jesus, you went through this, right? Now, like I said, I wouldn't cry with a stranger. I don't care what they're telling me. I'll just tell them, go and see a therapist. Or, Tim has been moving some type of way in recent times. On the internet, cry, show that he's concerned, he's compassionate, but he just tasted real life yesterday. Right? The same people you're trying to support will drag you. Woto, you collect. That's how human beings operate.
Sorry.
They will say you are fake. You don't know what I went through. How could you? Now, it takes a certain level of emotional intelligence to understand that. You can't tell a person that has gone through the fruit grape, right, that I feel you. No, you don't feel them. That's number one. Number two, the person that's saying they feel you, that's not what they meant. They're just trying to understand. Number three, it doesn't matter. If you lack emotional intelligence, you don't understand what they're talking about, you're confused. I'm just saying that was, well, you're fake. Human beings will show you shaggy.
Sorry.
Speaking of human beings will show you shaggy. I think it's time do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, because we're about to get into more human beings showing themselves shaggy, never getting to a solution because of the toxic nature of all of the discombobulaya that we're talking about right now. Jesus Christ, toxic. I'll be right back.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right. Let's get to Mohbad. I tried to reduce today's story so that, but as you can see, this Princella stuff has taken over the room. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about Mohbad and Iyabo Ojo and Naira Marley. Yeah. Let's talk about this. So yesterday, news broke out that last night after the show, after we left, news broke out that Naira Marley is attempting to sue Iyabo Ojo for 500 million naira. That sounds like the equivalence of about a little bit less than $5 million. Okay, Naira Marley is trying to sue. Let me see if I can find the actual story, and then I got a couple of video clips that I want us to respond to. Okay. But since last night, you have a lot of people. We've seen quite a lot of people engage this conversation in some very, very interesting way. So let's use it was 17 hours ago. Let's use this Punch News conversation. Punch News reports Nigerian entertainer Afeez Fashola, also known as Naira Marley. My throat is itching me. I hope I'm not catching anything. Am I missing anything in the chat? What's going Entertainer Afeez Fashola, also known as Naira Marley, has taken legal action against actress Iyabo Ojo, alleging the dissemination of false and defamatory content on our Instagram account. All right, and I'm going to read the actual letter from his lawyer to Iyabo Ojo. It says, demand for the sum of 500 million naira as damages. That's about, again, a little bit less than $5 million. As damages for the libel, falsely and malicious publish of Aziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, on your official Instagram handle. First of all, you have to prove that it's malicious. Okay, I'm glad that I've seen that word right there. Okay, you have to prove that it's malicious. Okay, but let's get into the rest of it. All right. We are solicitors to Aziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, an internationally renowned British and Nigerian singer artist with over 7 million followers, hereinafter referred to as our client, pursuant to whose instruction we write concerning the above-headed subject matter. It is necessary to preface this letter by stating that in recognition of the iconic status of our client, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) engaged him to use his skills and platforms to put out content that would discourage millions of his followers and Nigerian youth from substance abuse. It is our instruction that sometimes in September 2023, you maliciously and falsely published of and concerning our client on your official Instagram and do Iyabo Ojo first praise the following words. It is our instruction that sometimes in September 2023 you maliciously, okay, that maliciously thing is, they keep repeating it, they will have to prove that. Okay, now I'm not sure how malicious a person can be if they don't really know you like that. If you can't, remember we talked about motives here before in the past, you're gonna have to show some other motives outside of Mobad. That's a lot of work. Are you ready for that? Okay. So, Punch News, the reporter continues. In a letter sent to Ojo, Naira Marley's lawyer, Olalekan Ojo, outlined the accusations made in the September 2023 post, stating that the actress accused Naira Marley of engaging in spiritual and physical dealings with the late singer, Ilerioluwa, widely known as Mobad. The lawyer further asserted that Ojo accused Naira Marley of causing mental harm to Mobad, whom he referred to as a brother. Okay, so now if she said that you caused mental harm, there's a blurry line there, right? So two things, right? Mental harm is such a vague thing that they might just have to ask you, what do you mean by mental harm? And then the burden of proof will come back on you because it's such a big thing, right? But they could say, oh, it's just an opinion. It depends on who can argue the most, who can argue the best, and it depends on who has evidence, right? So, and if evidence is hard to come by in this kind of case, Baba, you go shalaye tired, or maybe she go shalaye tired.
You go explain, because no evidence.
Anyway, so let's keep going. I'm reading the Punch report. The lawyer further asserted that Ojo accused Naira Marley of causing mental harm. Okay. I'm continuing the letter that they wrote to Iyabo Ojo right now. It is our further instruction that on 18th September 2023, you published or caused to be published. Okay, all right. Caused to be published on the same Instagram handle the following words of and concerning our client under the caption, you, Naira Marley, sabotaged and dealt with Mobad, actress Iyabo Ojo tells Naira Marley. Even I, this is Iyabo, they are quoting her now. Even I have sent boys to you, Naira Marley. You disappointed us, walai, but you had a hand in everything that caused that boy pain, agony, trauma. You had a hand in it, and you say you don't. You got to come out and defend that. Okay? She's saying you have to come out and defend that. Okay. That doesn't sound like a direct accusation, because that statement is not yet complete and say you have to come out and defend that. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just thinking like a normal person. What do I know, right? Cap, but you get it, right? You frustrated him, dealt with him spiritually, mentally, physically. Come out and arrest me that I said it, and let's go to court. Do you understand? She said. And you ask question. I have asked you a question. You called him your brother. Come out and defend. How is your brother? Naira Marley, we heard your story. All right, so just in case some of you have forgotten what we're talking about, let me see if I can pull up a quick clip. There you go.
To what Naira Marley said, that he's running mad, or he's mad running. So, I mean, when you already have, let me tell you something. People say, oh, Iyabo, let me deviate a bit. 2 seconds, I'll come back. People say, oh, Iyabo, but then you don't used to talk. You used to be very quiet. That's what I'm a product of the society. I have been so pushed to the wall that I don't even care no more. Because all dying and one day person go die, no be two, and I can never. The worst thing I would ever do in my life is fear death. I would never fear death because I would die. Why would I fear what will kill me? It is what I will eat tomorrow, and the bills that we pay tomorrow. That's the one I worry about too, because I don't know how it's going to be. But that death will happen to everybody. But not everybody has that liver. But this boy tried. He tried. He sang it in his song. He said it in his words. But he's your friend and he's your brother. What did you do? You are shattered. But they kept bullying him here and there. Doing this to him, that and this. What did you do? Where's his music? Where's his money? Where's his royalty? I heard you. Naira Marley, he deserves a befitting burial. Let's leave that aside. We will bury him. And justice. And that justice starts with you. Naira Marley, that justice starts with you. You need to be responsible for his son's upkeep, life, through his music that he did when he was alive. And that means you must pay that boy his royalty. You must do the needful. You must release his catalogs to him. Justice will start with you, Naira. Justice will start with you. It will start with you.
All right, so that was Iyabo Ojo. That's what she was doing in September. This is why she's being apparently about to be sued. That's why she's getting this letter. I don't know if this is cease or desist. It's a warning, but let me get through it, right? So it's Naira Marley, we heard your story. The above quoted, and now I'm okay, the letter continues. The above quoted words in the publication set out above were in their natural and ordinary meanings defamatory of our client, and I've exposed him to public odium, ridicule, and contempt. All right, see if you, now when I read that just now, I'm reading it with you guys by the way, but when I just read that just now, this is what comes to mind for me.
Not be juju be that.
You were accused of being the cause of why a guy, like, what do you expect? Precisely what you should expect is ridicule, odium, whatever that means, and contempt. That's what you should expect, right? Because why the public was dragging you, right? I guess it's easy to pick on the big, shout out to Bongoli on Daddy Free Show. He said they needed to pick on the biggest fish. I'm going to play some video from Daddy Free's platform earlier on today, just literally a few hours before we started. Anyway, alternatively, by way of innuendo, the above quoted words meant and understood to mean that our client was complicit in the alleged murder of Ileriolu Aloba, aka Mohbad. All right, you're gonna have to prove that in court. You can't just say it means that, right? But anyway, let's continue. Our client's attention has been drawn to another publication published on your official Instagram handle with so much online engagement, which is a slanderous innuendo that our client had a hand in the death of Ilerolua, aka Mohbad, and same was shared by a popular blog, Instablog Niger. In the above circumstances, our clients requires of you within 7 days after the receipt or delivery of this letter an unequivocal retraction of the. I'll continue the letter in a second, but this is what Punch is reporting. Mohbad, Naira Marley accuses Iyabo Ojo of defamation, demands 500 million naira. Naira Marley's attorney is seeking a redress of 500 million naira from Ojo and a public apology. This is according to Punch News. You get it? This is laughable at best, you know. Now, a lot of smart, quote-unquote, intelligent Nigerians have taken this as an opportunity to flex their intelligence muscle, all right? The council asked that the apology be posted on Ojo's demand, posted on Ojo's official Instagram account and published in a national daily. According to Naira Marley's lawyer, failure to adhere to the condition placed before her would force them to file a lawsuit against them. Okay, so I'm continuing the letter now. All right, so official Instagram handle Iyabo Ojo first praise in September 2023 or thereabout. This public apology is to be published on your official Instagram handle and also on National Daily within 7 days from the receipt of this letter. Please be informed that failure to comply with our client's demands will leave us with no other choice than to commence legal proceedings before the High Court of Lagos State against you for the following reliefs. 1. 500 million naira being damages for the libel in respect of the words published of and concerning the claimant Aziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, on your Instagram handle. Number 2, public apology. Number 3, injunction restraining the defendant by herself, her servants, and otherwise howsoever from repeating the same or similar libel published of or concerning the defendant on the defendant's handle, on the defendant's handle, Instagram handle, or by any other means, without prejudice to our client's proposed claims against you and in compliance with the practice direction of the High Court of Lagos State, which requires parties to first explore amicable means of settlement before instituting an action. Our client is open to an amicable settlement of these issues. Our client therefore proposes that you communicate your terms towards an amicable resolution of these issues within 7 days of receipt of this letter, failing which our client will proceed to commence legal proceedings without further recourse to you. Please note that this letter is issued in compliance with the High Court of Lagos State Practice Direction on Pre-Action Protocol. Thank you. If you're a lawyer, speak up, I guess. You know, but obviously this is not how human beings talk. This is a human being trying to manipulate, justice in their favor, right? Anyway, Naira Marley accuses, let's see, the letter in part reads, we are solicitors. Okay, already got that. It's necessary to preface this letter by stating that in recognition of the iconic, okay, they're just repeating themselves. All right, what do y'all think? All right, so while we're talking about this, justice for Mohbad, hashtag justice for Mohbad, right? Mohbad passed away September 13, 12, something like that. There was a lot of speculation around his death, and he had history of accusing his former record label boss, Naira Marley, of bullying him or sending people to bully him because he was trying to leave the record label. And the evidence are everywhere on the internet. There are videos of him. Well, I don't want to call that evidence, but there are videos that we saw on the internet of him shouting out and crying out for help and asking for help everywhere. Okay, and we saw those videos. Those videos are still floating around. So after his passing, About 2 weeks later after his passing, some people were starting to make some noise already. They want justice for Mohbad. Iyabo Ojo, who is an actress, Nollywood actress, decided that she wanted to take part, particularly by way of her charity organizations, to take part in seeking justice for Mohbad, who is an Afrobeat artist who passed away. And she took to social media handle and she started calling out Naira Marley to come and answer to the allegations against him. That was the overall message I got from a lot of the stuff she said. She was calling him out to come and answer to the allegations against him with regards to the bullying that spanned more than a year before his passing. That's what I got from it. So anything else other than that, we have to be proven in court, right? Somebody said the proof of burden is on Iyabo Ojo. I don't think so. The proof of burden is on you, that you are making the lawsuit. You're gonna have to prove that this person actually created the damage, that there was nothing going on before. Now, some people said, okay, she's a superstar, so she's responsible. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. That's not how that works. I don't think so. Okay, even in Nigeria, I don't think so. I think it's easy to wrap all that up in English discombobulaya and mix it all up with nonsense, intelligent, smartish nonsense, and think that this is another opportunity to exercise or flex your intelligence muscle. The reality is that the overall message was calling him out to come and answer to the allegations against him by the general public, particularly because the general public has seen on social media this boy, this young man, 27-year-old, when at his passing, was asking for help, including asking for help from the Nigerian police, which looked like it was completely ignored. That's what I remember. I don't have all of the details. Okay, so he was released. He immediately came back. Well, some almost 2 weeks later or something. He came back to the country along with his alleged accomplice, Sam Larry. They came back. They were picked up at the airport in Nigeria, and they were taken straight to the custody. And they were in custody for 21 days or something like that. They were released recently. After they were released, they were on the internet doing this and flexing whatever they were doing. Which again, I personally don't think there's any proof that he did anything to take that boy's life. But a lot of people have also adjusted their rhetoric to say, hey, there's bullying and there's taking life. There's two different things. They want justice, particularly with regards to the bullying. That's what people were shouting out for. And some people say you can't claim that after the person passed away. Yeah, sure, we'll let the police handle that. Okay. But the reality at this point is that Nigerians have already been forgotten about this. They're already forgetting about this. And this young man, he wants to exercise his right. He has the right to go to court to file a case for libel, I guess. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think it's a waste of resources. Sorry. I don't care how much English they know how to speak. I think it's a waste of resources because it was obvious, and just like it was obvious, it might not be obvious in legal letters and legal discombobulaya letters and languaging and stuff, but to the normal human beings that will sit on those, either I don't know if they will have jury or they will have a judge, they will look at it and say, she's calling you out to come and answer to the case that the public was. That's what this was. That's what's going to end up. That's what this case is going to end up in. Okay. So a lot of people already taking sides here, and I see a lot of people that just they're completely disconnected from how this world works. They think it works based off of. There's a reason why we need the papers that we write, all the written paper, all that kind of stuff. There's a reason for that. It's because we normally don't operate that way as normal human beings. Okay, we write those things to add structures to ourselves, but eventually humans win. Their behavior win. Their results, like the way that's always win. Okay. That's the reality. That's why we see we do course correction and we go back and further, and it's somewhere in between. That's why there's amendments in laws that were written down. It's not written in stone. There are amendments. So he's wasting everyone's time. And those that are speaking English are also wasting our time. We will listen for clues like we're about to right now. But this happened on Oga Polo came up to defend this girl. And he got caught up in the emotions of everything. I think he did well, but I wouldn't do that. I just wouldn't do that. I don't see how that benefits anything, but it benefits us. Well, let's just see. I'm gonna play some of these videos. No, before I play video, pardon me. Let me come to the chat a little bit, Jerry. Dilo says she ain't never lie. You talking about Iyabo Ojo, right? Nati says Naira Marley wants her to bring Oga Polo's money. Speaking of Oga Polo, let's watch that right now. That lawyer won't just chop Naira Marley money alone. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. He has no case, right? And then the people that are arguing about it, they get stuck in the semantics. Somebody came on Daddy Free's platform and said he has a case in court, and then this other guy was like, "What case? Tell me." Like, semantics. That's semantics. Okay, we know he doesn't have this investigation case. Okay, there's investigation going on. The investigation is what she meant. The girl couldn't defend herself, but I just watched for clues, But some people, they can't wait to flex their intelligence muscle. Let's watch a little bit.
In Houston here, when this thing, that is the time this thing started. It went over 2 weeks.
It's a waste of politician, aka public money, because those are their other grandfathers. Other grandfathers.
Just check the date Iyabo did that video, because he flew into Nigeria, went to Abuja for a few days before he came back to Nigeria, and he called me. I'm tired.
Whenever Oga Polo said he, it's more likely he's talking about Iyabo Ojo. Just keep that at the back of your mind for comprehension.
I saw her doing that. What I'm trying to say to you is, Iyabo didn't started this. This is over 2 weeks or 1 week. The whole world, the whole Nigeria are seeing videos. Am I making sense, please?
Yes, I'm adding this point now. Okay, sir. At the point when Iyabo came in,
yes,
at least we've not gone to the street. We've not gone to the street when Iyabo came to this issue, and we've not gone to protest when she visited the said person. You understand?
No, we have. No. There are some other states that has already going on.
I'm talking about one that happened in Lagos, where the people were.
What happened in Lagos is when. Okay, finish up so that I say, because I know that Iyabo didn't started this.
I'm not saying who started it. I'm just saying at the point when she joined the whole thing, because she's okay. When she joined, she now started leading, because to the rest of us, she was actually the one leading this particular movement.
Yes.
Now, when she started leading this, I am sure that when she went to visit the family, she gets to know the actual thing that happened.
No, when she went to the family, that's what I'm saying. Social media is so confusing. When she did that lives, whatever, and all this thing now come to life. First and foremost, the police guys is the first people that call her. And that time they now say that they will do a peace walk in Lagos. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which, when the police called her, she went to police station, and the police said to her, "Don't do that police walk. Let's do our investigation." And she came back and announced it. Go to her page. I think no matter if she had deleted everything, but when she came back, he said, "There's no more. We cannot control the people, but do you understand what I'm saying? But we are not going to do the
when this thing started, I started following Iyabo. But at a point, I had to pull out from my phone, because I feel like there was
we don't care. We don't care that you've stopped unfollowing him.
Don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
We don't care.
Certain things she didn't open up, and she's still protecting up to this moment. So it got some people like me upset, and that is why I unfollowed.
We don't care.
Don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
We don't care that you stopped unfollowing Iyabo. Jesus Christ. These people, man. So this lady is defending Naira. Now, she will claim she's not. I think at some point she said, I'm indifferent. That's not the word. She used the word. Once they have to say that, you know that they're exactly that. She's not biased. All right. Oga Polo go explain tire.
Explain, because no evidence.
Oga Polo go explain tire. Explain to these people. Wrong move. Entertaining though. Jane, shout out to Jay, says, I beg Ola, leave my brother-in-law alone with his is he or her. No, I was trying to help people so they know what they're talking about. We all do that. I don't do it that bad, but I do mix in he or she or sometimes, My English is not that good either. Dealer says, OBIM looks like he will use money to spoil you. You will ignore his speech. OBIM, listen, just leave Oga Polo. Like Jane said, let's leave Oga Polo alone.
Follow that. Because of this, I started following her because I believed in what she was doing. But my question goes like this: when she gets to know the actual truth of what happened, why didn't she come out to the society, to the public, to open up?
No, she did. No, let me.
She's done the most coming out to tell the public what's going on. She's done the most.
Sorry.
She's done the most coming out to tell the public what's going on. Yes, literally people that are quiet about this. This is what I mean by when you try to help people, they will show you shiggy. They will drag you along the help that you're trying to grant.
Let me land now. Let just come.
I think Iyabo never did that.
No, listen.
She's the only one that's been doing that. If anything, Tonto helped a little bit. She's the only one that's been doing that. She should come and vomit everything they're saying at the police to you. See the entitlement.
These nuts.
When now the police take over the case, it's to me that even tell her police has taken over the case. The autopsy they have brought the guys back to examine the autopsy.
Baba is saying it's Iyabo that actually spoke out, that allowed the police to start digging into this. It was her that was spoken out, that allowed the body they went to exhume the body and started the investigation. It was all credit to her. Literally. But you have half of Nigerians dragging her now.
You need to, you need to leave. But if it's me, I told her, I don't think you need to get involved with this. I'm going out this car.
Because
how can somebody get up and just fly? Because I'm taking care of this. Just let because you don't need anybody every day. Somebody will be insulting. People will be calling their name. It's not fair.
She has been on this case even as of last 2 weeks. She has been.
It is fair. If you jump on people's case and you're trying to help them and they drag you, it is fair. I want all of you now. Now, you need to be able to see ahead of yourself. Sometimes you do it for your own good because you are doing it. But for you not to expect that you'll be dragged, that is not accurate. Precisely, you'll be dragged when you put yourself out there and you decide to fight for justice for somebody. That's literally how it works. Because human beings are not your mates. Human beings are not your mates.
He shot you.
That's how it works. That's how life works. Oga Polo probably knows that, but he just wanted to grace Daddy Free's invitation.
Been on this case. What I'm saying is that, and I want to understand that
I will have to take off my video, please, respectfully.
But then I cannot keep you on for long because the optic is not good.
No, that's fine. That's
okay,
fine.
So
I just have a
5
couple of
minutes,
questions.
and then I'll bring Pepper. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, pop my money gun. We got Bongoli in the house. Oh yeah, Bongoli, you have 2 minutes.
Yes, thank you very much. Good day, everyone. Good day, Nigerians. Good day, Oga Polo. I respect you. I honor you. I have a couple of. I have one is a question, one is an observation, and one is a warning. So when we look at the French Revolution in 1789 to 1799, the people that actually led that revolution, the people give them the same treatment. So for people that are going out there and fighting for justice here and there, the people will always turn against you at the end of the day.
All right, he's saying what I just said. I still don't care.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Still don't care.
All right. I'll leave him alone for that.
Second one, there was an allegation at Oga Polo by a blog called QT Jules And the blog during this Mohbad incident accused you, but they took the story down immediately. That did you actually pay Mohbad when he did a show in London? When he came to London and do a show, but they took that story down. They said they needed receipts because people that did shows with Mohbad, they were sharing receipts that, oh yes, we paid Mohbad and all of that stuff. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is a lot of us are missing the point when we talk about defamation of character. If you notice yesterday, when I came on the Phrases program, I did not talk about the BULLYING. I didn't talk about the buying. That is not what this is about. This is about defamation of character. If I come here today on Daddy Freeze's program and say, Daddy Freeze, you did this, you did that. If Daddy Freeze felt that I have defamed his character, it can take me to a court of competent jurisdiction. Now, let every Nigerian on Daddy Freeze's platform today go out there and read the document that was filed. The document that was actually filed. Go and read it, and you will see you frustrated, you spiritual, you mentally, you physical. Those things were in quotation, and that could be taken as you are defaming my character. So I'm charging you to court, or I will charge you to court, or whatever the case may be, to come and explain, because you have defamed my character and you have made me lose revenue. You have made them cancel me because of these things that you have said. Now you are the biggest fish in the pond. Why should I go for the small fish? I'm going for you because you took food from my table. These are all, allegations and all of that stuff. So Nigerians, you understand the meaning of defamation of character. It's not about did Iyabo Ojo say this? Did she say he buy him, or did she say he put? No, B-U-L-L-Y. No, that is not the meaning of defamation of character. I think
I've talked enough, my friend.
No,
yeah,
now.
I think you talk too
No,
much.
now.
I think you talk too much.
No, now. Daddy, please, but it's okay. No problem.
No problem.
Let me finish.
We'll
I
meet
can
at
answer
nine.
you back. Let me finish. I can answer you back. Everybody can go to Google and Google what the defamation of character is. But what I'm trying to say to you is Naira Marley lawyers has written to Iyabo.
He literally said he talks too much. I think you've talked enough. He said it's enough. Remember I told you, these intelligent people always take over the mic and they keep talking and talking. They will try to say about 50 things in the same breath. If you want to talk about at least one of them at the same time, it's like, wahala. Baba says, I'm tired. You talk too much. Enough.
Lawyers will return back looking back to Naira Marley. If they, like you said, if they want to see and they want to take this thing to another level, that's two of them need to do it. That's not us to be judging ourselves. Like what he said, I love it. What Naira Marley and Iyabo lawyers will do is to look at the case, look at what Iyabo said.
That's it. If you're going to literally not take sides on this, is very simple. He has the right to file a lawsuit. It will be addressed in court, to be addressed between the lawyers. That's about it. But if you're going in and you're going in just to prove that, without saying it exactly, just to prove that Iyabo is wrong, you're not as intelligent as you think you are. You're not. He has the right to file a lawsuit. But guess what? She has the right to answer. She's not going to tender an apology. Are you mad? Apology, Bitibawo. She's not gonna tender any apology. Forget that thing.
Are you stupid? Are you a crazy person?
It's not gonna happen. Do you know anybody that's ever tendered such apology? I think the girl that was dragging Eniola Badmus online, I think she did. But that girl is not Iyabo Ojo.
Are you stupid?
That girl is
Are you playing? What type of playing?
You're wasting your energy. But again, they have the right to file lawsuits. Okay, Bongoli, this guy is Bongoli on Daddy Free's platform. Is intellectual diarrhea at best. At best.
Look at what Naira Marley said or feel. They will go to court. Another second one is
you go to court.
My One Africa Music Fest. What are we come and they tell you whether I pay Mohbad to come to London to perform for 3 shows.
Anyway, are you guys ready for some basketballs? This is I'm gonna do a little bit over time for you all, okay, for the basketballs, okay. But that little comment he made about the blog post is something that he did pay Mohbad. Stretch yourself, stretch. Stretch it.
Sorry.
Bongoli is about to collect.
Is a disrespect to me as a person, because everybody that disrespect to me as a person, because why is it disrespect? Mohbad has a lawyer, and they has a very quality things when she's alive, and I know they sign a contract. I know 100% they sign a contract, and I know 100% that contract is the loose allegation before even he entered the flight to come to London. You understand what I'm saying? For me to now opening up to know whether I pay Mohbad or I don't pay Mohbad or I fly Mohbad. Do you know that I give him even 3 shows when he came to? I'm the first person that give him shows for how many years ago, and I don't know where those people asking that question are to give him shows. And when you give somebody a show, is for free of charge. Who do that in Nigeria? Your job, I don't know whether you have a job where you are. Do you have a job and you get paid for your job, or you are doing?
I'm an engineer, sir. I'm an engineer, chemical engineer, so you can see me.
We don't care.
Don't care. Still don't care.
We don't care.
But I cannot.
It was a rhetorical question. It wasn't a question.
Because of for reason.
This is the problem with people in intellectual diarrhea. They don't know. They try to act like stand on a stoic stone. And
do you get money when you work? You get money, yes? Or is this charity?
Answer.
Oh yes, I get paid. Sir, respectfully,
so
sir, respectfully.
What I'm saying is, when you get paid, listen.
When people say respectfully, they are about to get disrespectful if you allow them. Okay, if you allow them, okay. Listen, I'm all for freedom of speech. I don't think everybody needs to talk all the time. I don't even think I need to talk all the time. So there's no way I can expect you or give you that grace that you should be able to talk all the time. Okay, even me, I don't feel like I should talk all the time. You know, so it's not everybody that needs to talk all the time. Just keep that at the back of your mind. Yeah, I'm not trying to practice anarchy. I think some people are just dangerous.
Listen to the question now. When you get paid, what I'm saying is, when you get paid, or when you, as a international artist like he is, has a quality lawyer. I know his lawyer as well. You are telling me that I just jokingly talked to Naira, what do they call him, Mohbad, to come to London, and I didn't pay him, and he come back. What do you know what insolence that means?
Let me see.
I'm a Hitler that commanded her to go to London and do 3 shows and come back and without pay.
Okay, sir, can I talk now, sir? Yes, sir.
No.
When I came,
you can't talk. He really doesn't want you to talk anymore. He was the special guest. He really doesn't want you to talk anymore. This is not a debate. And not all debates that show up as debate are actually debate. You have to pay attention to your surrounding, read the room. Social intelligence. Yeah. You just have to know when to. But, you know, I get it. If you decide not to, there's also consequences from there. You have the freedom to do what you like, of course. But let's
came in on board, I said respectfully, I respect you, I respect everybody.
But you were disrespectful as far as he was concerned.
You are insinuating something and they don't need
Sir,
to.
can I, sir, can I talk, sir? Sir, can I talk?
Oga Paulo can tell you that you don't mean this, sir. He can tell. It's like you're done. He said you have talked enough.
Sir, can I talk?
Bongoli, apologize for that question.
Even Daddy Free say apologize. Of course, I wouldn't apologize, but he found himself in that position. He can't read the room, realizing that's not really his stage. But hey, maybe he should apologize. Not just to Oga Paulo, to Daddy Freeze too.
No, Daddy Freeze, Daddy Freeze, Daddy Freeze, Daddy Freeze.
Oga Paulo is upset.
Daddy Freeze, please. Daddy Freeze, I said something. I quoted a blog. I was not asked.
We don't care what you said.
Don't care. Don't care. Don't care.
You will collect this glass. We don't care at this one. He doesn't care. But
no, you quoted the blog. Why didn't you do that? Quoted the blog. Why didn't you write to the blog back and make your conversation before you come to me?
Sir, sir? This is what I said according to QT Jules blog. When all of this Wahala started.
To me.
You don't want me to talk. You don't want me. Daddy Freeze, this is not fair now. Let me talk now.
No, but,
please,
but you see, the problem is you have started on the wrong foot.
Daddy Freeze, like, these are my oga. These are my oga. That's what he's trying to say. He's trying to play fair, but like I tell you all the time, life is not fair anywhere. Nobody cares about anything outside of their feelings. Okay? Who do you think is in their feelings on this stage? Everybody. Everybody's influenced. Everybody. That's just how life works. Right? So don't go there and be asking for fairness. You need to listen actively to what's going on. Read the room. Engage your power. Never mind fairness. Okay? All right? You probably already do enough fairness. Okay? The other person is not playing fair because you collect.
Is the kind of people that destroy Nigeria. They are gossiping unnecessarily, trying to think they are smart, but they are.
Sir, I'm destroying Nigeria. I'm destroying Nigeria.
Now he's stuck on I'm destroying Nigeria. He's trying to make another point, but he's stuck on the semantics of destroying Nigeria. Baba is caught up in his emotion, rightfully so, because you accused his livelihood. You say he didn't pay Mohbad. That clip can be cut and taken to Istanbul, Nigeria by the time we wake up in the morning. Okay, this is his way. He knows how to defend. He typically doesn't even do this type of interviews. So, for you to expect him to now use all the right words because you are chemical engineer in Alabama, so Baba, you collect. He doesn't care.
You are the kind of people, because I don't know the blog you are talking about. You are telling me as a person that is branded, you are telling me that is you are an engineer. You know, no. You are telling me you're an engineer and you don't know that there's a contract, and you are telling me that you work in a place and somebody will tell you come to another place to come and enjoy yourself when you know you are working
they didn't get
that
paid.
place, and you are asking me whether you get paid on that or not.
Clearly, there's value in that person going, even if they didn't get paid cash. They went for whatever reason. That's what he's trying to say. But there's some kind of arrangement that has been made, and it was just a question. It's just a debate. There's nothing wrong with that. But also, you should be okay with the repercussion, right? It's still a debate. No problem.
And you come and tell me, me and you will start talking, and I will tell you yes.
Daddy Freeze, can I? Mommy, please, can I? Mommy, please. Mommy, can you tell him to stop?
You know, I pay him. Look at him. You are
Daddy Freeze.
Yes.
Daddy Freeze.
Daddy Freeze said yes.
Please, can I have a right to respond, Daddy Freeze.
No, you do not have a right.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Just this right.
Oh, you're right.
You have a right to call a left in me.
Yeah, I'm going. If it's like that, I'm going out.
Baba said, if it's like that, I'm going out. I'm leaving. You don't have a right. You don't have a right until you engage your power. Then you will have bigger than rights. You don't have a right. Everything is privilege. Everything, all the conversations, all your relationships, it's a privilege. You have the right to decide how you want to conduct yourself in a social gathering, in a social environment. Your emotional intelligence, you have the right to decide how you want to do that. You also have all the right to all the consequences that comes with that. Okay? But no, you don't have the right to this conversation because Ogapolu said, I'm out, if that's what it's going to be. You don't get to talk anymore.
Please.
No, Daddy, please. No, Daddy,
Don't remove him now. I'm going out.
I bet you do.
I will talk to you later. That please.
Daddy, please, I did not.
I'm out.
To this kind of people. I know my.
You know, I told.
Honestly, I don't engage such type of people too. They're very smart, intelligent. Once you say one word, they hang on to the word. It's the semantics of the word. If you're not very careful, they'll pull out dictionary meanings for you, and they will completely disconnect and be dismissive to everything that's going on, the actual experience, right? Well, life will show them Pepe. Nobody owes you a conversation. They don't. They don't owe you any conversation. You don't have the right.
That time, now 1 minute I get. Let Pepe Room also ask. No talk again, I beg Bongoli. No talk again. You get why? You don't heighten the politics.
You get why?
Calm down.
I did not ask a question, Daddy, please.
No, you do not have the right to a question, bro. Okay? You're a smart guy and all, but no. It's over. This is how real life works. This is how it works in real life. You, especially in Nigeria, you get shut down if you don't know your power.
Question. You can't even talk.
I did not ask a question.
You come and talking
like what I was insinuating.
Listen. You tell me you're an engineer, but the way you talk is
engineers don't collect. Oh.
That is not what I said.
If you are a blog, if you are that blog, and you know what you are saying.
For the sake of peace, I've removed.
Guess who got removed?
Bongoli. For the sake of peace. Bongoli.
It's not for the sake of peace. Daddy Freeze understands his politics. He knows how to play where. He knows it. He's very good at it. I applaud him for that. You know, I can appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Please, to be fair, the question you asked was a question that would have infuriated me. Now, respect what Polo get for me, now even make her still remain. Me, I for come out. That kind of question.
The bottom.
So, because the question was
a grown-up man that is being a musician, have a lawyer, have everything, and they can't.
That's the rhetoric. That's the truth. You're a grown-ass man. You signed a bad contract. I was just watching Kirk Franklin yesterday on a clip saying, at 23, he signed it. They took all his publishing for years. When he signed at the age of 23 in the 90s, early 90s. You're 23, you're a grown man. That's how it works. You want to be fair? No, you go there, you negotiate. Not fairness, you negotiate to win. Okay? You negotiate to get the other person to continue to show up to their own part, and you win. You take all of it. Why? Because the other person is trying to do the same thing. Okay? You don't go there to negotiate for fairness. It's not real life. It's just you're fantasizing. That's not how life works, you know. If anything, at an emotional level, you're still being beat. They might even give you cash. At an emotional level, somebody is taking over your territory. So there's nothing wrong with fairness, don't get me wrong, but the obsession with fairness, you collect.
His bag, Cali, go to London, go to Manchester, go to this thing, just do for show for free. Can you imagine the attitude of how people asking questions? So tomorrow it became like, oh, Polo has said this, Polo has said that. I have taken the whole world of Afrobeat to every part of the world.
That's a fact.
And all of them get paid.
We've seen it.
Everywhere.
If they didn't get paid, that's their own palava. We're going to assume they have gotten paid. Now, the question, there's nothing wrong with the question he asked. But like D-Love said here, it's not everybody that can tolerate all that passive-aggressive nonsense. They can smell it and they will cut you short. They'll silence you before you get to continue because you don't know how to read a room. You look around you, you can see this happening all the time. You know, it's happened to me before. You don't know how to read a room, you get shut down. You learn from it, hopefully, but most of the time they don't learn from it because they get stuck on the obsession with being right. But I was right. Baba, you have no rights. You just got caught off the show just like that. Eat that, take that, take that, take that. Shout out to PDD, take that. Terrible.
People will pay millions of dollars.
They do pay them millions of dollars. In kind, in money, taking care of them, flying them abroad, seeing abroad for the first time. Is this enough? We don't know. That's between them. He thought he could get away with the passive aggressive stuff we do here in the US. He forgot he's dealing with an Igbo man. Lobato. Even here, it's not everybody you can do it. They can get away with that. Most people you can't. They will get caught up in their emotions and, you know, you just collect, you know. Now to be fair on OBIM, no one has come out to accuse him, and if there's any, then no one has said anything. He said there's a blog, but the blog is taken down now. So I'm supposed to believe you that there was a blog and it was taken down. That's it. Let's just call this a day. I want to appreciate all of you for being here. We had a fantastic week. We do Mondays through Thursdays now, but don't forget we do have let me share this with you before I leave. We do have Brother Ben next. Okay, we have Brother Ben next, so please make sure you come here and support him. We're gonna have a conversation around the red flag, December 16, 2023. We're gonna set up I'm actually gonna do a test run with my uncle right now, so we can come back and do that show properly. So you might see that back on the calendar somewhere. But Brother Ben, December 16th, Saturday, so I'll see you guys on Saturday. Is our special. Also on Sunday, I will be here with my friends, okay, Lady and Kenny on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday 5 p.m. And of course on Wednesday, next Wednesday, we'll have Auntie B here with us, hanging out with us. And we will have shown on December 23rd, and we have one more show after that. I will announce that very, very, very soon. All right, I want to say thank you for being here. Shout out to all of you. I appreciate all of you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as we're done with this. Shout out to you. Thanks, D-Love. I appreciate you. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you on Saturday. Peace.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.